Hi, this is William Pittenger, Exodus Enterprises. Um, Today I'm going to explain to you two types of societies. And I'm going to try to be short. In India, you have a caste system. In all Arabic and Middle Eastern countries, except for Israel, you have a two-class system. It's really a four, but it's supposed to be a two-class system. Israel and the United States is supposed to have a three-class system. In the four-class system of India, you have the elite, middle class, impoverished, and untouchables. And the elite are the ruling class, and they can afford all the services that are offered by the middle class, the farmer, and the untouchable. There are middle class educated people that have favor by the elite, which can do certain tasks, such as accounting. They can be inventors, they can mine, they can and they get paid what would be considered to be a lot more than say a farmer would get paid or an untouchable. By the way, the average wage in India is about $1.27 an hour, and so if a chosen middle class person makes $3.50 an hour, okay, well then he's making twice as much as what others would be making, an unchosen middle class or a farmer or even an untouchable. The farmers, they're the ones that produce the food, and then you've got the untouchables. They're the ones that are hired to do things that nobody's willing to do. These are the guys that go swimming in sewers, unclogging sewer systems, and so on and so forth. I mean, that's what they do, and they're paid a good price for it, but they're untouchables, so they can never rise to the impoverished level. They can never rise to a middle class level, and they can never rise to the elite level. Although elites can lose their elite status, you can never rise from a lower level to a higher level. In Saudi Arabia, you have two classes, or what it's supposed to be designed for. You have two classes. You have the ruling class, and then you have everybody else. The ruling class is comprised of the military, and then the ruling class and the military enforces the law upon the quote-unquote common man. And then within the common man, you also have those who are chosen to do certain tasks. And if they are chosen to do certain tasks, then they become a part of either the governmental element or the military element. You can't rise from a common man or woman to a military class or ruling class. You can't. In the United States, we are supposed to have a three-class system in which the impoverished can rise to middle class, and the middle class can rise to the elite class. So if you have an impoverished person who was born to a poor family on welfare, getting food stamps in a ghetto, then he is supposed to be able to work out of that ghetto and into the middle class, and eventually rise into the elite. The middle class has the same privilege. They can work out of the middle class and they can go to the elite class. The elite class can move back and forth and up and down and side to side within the elite class and the middle class and in the impoverished class. By virtue of their knowledge and their gifts, they can remain elites. But they can play act and they can be impoverished and know how to live in poverty. They can be middle class and know how to live in the middle class. But they will never, ever, ever forget how to be an elite. Okay, now, and those elites, by the way, are corporation owners, are CEOs, are stockbrokers, governing ruling class, Congress and the President, Supreme Court, our mayors, governor, and all of our state officials. Those are all part of the elites. Your middle class is your police and your military, and then you have all of the people that are working that are working, and it's based on a monetary level. It's not based on who you were born to. It's based on what you desire to do, and you decide to go and do it. So your middle class is your police, your military, all the people sitting behind a desk, all the people who have a regular job, whether they're mechanics or agricultural people. They all can be middle class if they choose to do so. They can have a primary trade and then they can have a secondary trade so they can make money, because America is about capitalism. It's about making money. Then you have your impoverished class. The impoverished, they are generally born into poverty. Their parents are usually on welfare and they're uneducated. And so these people, they go to public schools, and hopefully, and what you hope is they get enough education to move up into the middle class and to move up into the elite class. And they're supposed to be able to choose what vocation they want to do. All right, now that I've explained the three types of societies, you've got the caste system, then you've got the totalitarian system with the Arabs and Iranians, and then you've got the capitalist system. Now, what I've been seeing is a trend developing among liberals. The trend developing among liberals is we want two classes of people. This is what they're seeing. We want the elite ruling class, the chosen elite, government chosen officials for our communications, our electrical power grid, and our accountants. And then we want the middle class, which works for these people. And then what we want to do is we want to take the poor, impoverished person, and we want the middle class to share all of their money via taxes with the poor. What this is essentially creating is a two-caste system. It's creating an elite ruling class with a branch of elite private sector business, which basically is what's called an oligarchy. And then you've got the middle class and poor all lumped together into one piece of clay. So what's happening is the liberals and socialists and communists are literally transforming our capitalist society into one that could be compared to what the radical Muslims believe should be a society. They've got the totalitarian military elements, and then they got everybody else that they rule over. This all being said, in today's day and age, what I'm about to say might be considered a radical concept, even though it has no intention in hurting or killing or murdering or lopping somebody's head off. What it does have the potential of doing is closing off the elite sectors, the elite oligarchic sectors. that are given favor by the federal government, which means car companies close down, electric companies close down, gas providers close down. Because what I'm literally advocating is that people come out from their I'm educated, I can pay for somebody else to do what I want them to do rather than doing it myself. We need to come out from that because we're getting to the point where it's starting to become unsustainable to live in the United States of America. So what I'm advocating is that invention is the result of necessity, or necessity is the mother of invention. If this society becomes unsustainable, then you're going to have just two classes of people. You're going to have the elite class, and you're going to have a bunch of slaves working for the elites. That's not what America is about. It's about coming here, finding, or being born here, coming here as an immigrant, finding your roots, building your roots, and becoming middle class and elite. You're supposed to have the opportunities here that you don't get anywhere else. The people that live here are supposed to have opportunities here that you don't get anywhere else. We're supposed to be highly educated, we're supposed to be imaginative, and we're supposed to be productive. Not only that, we're supposed to be manufacturing on our ideas, and we're supposed to be profiting on our ideas, and we're supposed to be selling those globally. So what I'm suggesting, people, is I've been working on this stuff, and you're going to see this on my computer. I've been working on this stuff. I've got a battery, I've got some solar cells, I've got two voltage regulators, I've got transformers, I've got at least 10 transformers sitting here, that the elite have been hiding from us, and they have made decisions that certain people cannot enter into certain fields. And they don't really have any reason for it. They just make a decision. Not that one, not that one, not that one, but this one, this one, this one. And what happens is most of the people that want to be in this field can't be because they haven't been chosen. So, what I am advocating is that you find out for yourself. You do your studying, and you come up with, you choose your own vocation and teach yourself. We have that capability of doing that, even though since the 70s we've been taught that we're too stupid to learn anything, to teach ourselves. That's what we've been taught. So what I'm trying to tell you today is you have the capability of creating your own electricity. You have the ability to grow your own food. You have the ability to farm your own animals. You have all that ability. It's just a matter of choosing what you're going to do. You have the ability, even if it's only in a backyard, to be an engineer if you want to. All you have to do is look at the many, many, many plentiful sources of information before it's gone. And those people, those well-meaning people, will teach you what you need to know. They don't know who you are, you don't know who they are, but they want you to know something, and they've put it out there in the public for you to understand. So take advantage of it. Because in an increasingly liberal country in which things are run by unions and an oligarchy, we're losing our freedoms, people, and it's going to be up to you to fight for them one way or the other. So what I'm saying is, you've got the ability, you've got the capability, you have the inventiveness, and you are productive individuals, even though you've been told that you're not. Create your own electricity. And you'll never have to pay another electricity bill again. And if it's the law for you to have electricity hooked up to your house, just pay the billing rate. You don't have to pay for the extra electricity if you're making it yourself. This is William Pittenger, Exodus Enterprises. Talk to you later. Bye.